got this little V6 bush engine, everything mocked up on it, kind of how it would go if I put it in a car, especially if I got plenty of room. I got the AN lines on it. I've got a lot of extra lines. Some of these are the wrong length, and you know, I'll shorten them up if I put it in the car. But I got the oil pump on there and the tank hooked up, and the lines going everywhere they're supposed to go. But they're, like I said, they're the wrong length, and it'll even have an oil filter and everything on it. But I think I'll set this tank in the driver's side front corner under the hood with the motor, because that little V6 is only 18 inches square, and I think I'll have room to cram that tank over behind the headlight there somewhere on the driver's side. But anyway, I think today that carburetor's just sitting on top. It don't even belong on it. But in today's video, I think I'll take this intake and valve covers and stuff off, and we'll see what all good stuff's in the top end of this thing. I don't believe I'll pull the heads, but I guess I might take the top off from today's video there. All right, I'm gonna make one more little video on this little Bush V6 Chevy engine. Last video, I took the pan off and saw where everything was manly and probably built by Ray Baker, Earnhardt's engine builder. I thought today maybe I'd take this, the valve covers and this trick intake and distributor stuff out of it, and we'll see the top end here. But I done got everything cracked loose like I did last time, so it shouldn't take me too long to get everything off. And I'll try to hurry it up here. But I like these valve covers. When I first got it, these little things here was in a toolbox, and I didn't know what they were for. I thought they went with the rockers, but they're little hold downs for the valve covers. And they're pretty neat. Take this side off here and check out this rocker system. I found out that the little Bush engines use the shaft rockers, or the, yeah, I think it was them trick, I don't know what they call them. I guess they might call them shaft rockers or something. No. But these right here just use the regular studs and guides. That's a beautiful trick set. Let's see here. Alright. There's the rocker set up. You can check those springs out. Those springs are actually a triple. There's a big spring, and then there's a smaller spring, and then there's also that flat spring in there, whatever they call that one, I can't remember. But I looked up on AI, and it said they offered, when you ordered these, they offered 3 different spring combos. A single spring with the damper, a double spring, and then a heavy duty double with the damper, and that's what this one is. And it was for a special cam called the mushroom grind. So it must have been a trick cam for this thing. But anyway, it's got Crowler. I see Crowler on these roller rockers. I've got them all loose to take the pressure off. And it oils through the push rods. The push rods has got holes in it here. But it's got a good set of 7/16 screw-in studs. They said Chevrolet offered either the 3/8 or the 7/16. So they opted for the heavy ones with this bigger springs and the bigger cam and all that. So that's why it's got the 7/16 screw ins, because it was the heaviest, dutiest that Chevrolet offered. You know, the Buick was a different setup, but this, and it had the special guide plates. These guide plates down here where the valves are spaced 60 thousandths further apart to hold bigger valves, they had to compensate. This center guide plate is a little wider than the outer two because the valve angles. And also, I think the roller rockers inside are different from the center ones. I think are made different. But I'm gonna finish taking it apart right quick here. I'm not no Chevrolet man, so excuse me if I say anything stupid around somebody that really knows what they're doing. So this is the first little. I've had one or two Chevrolets, but I've never worked on a Chevrolet engine. And this so happened, this little V6 Bush engine is my first Chevrolet engine I've ever had on stand. So I'm getting broke in right on the Chevrolet stuff. Lay some of this stuff down as I go so I don't lose nothing. A couple more and I'll have these valve covers off, and then we'll take that in and take the scribber and all that out and see what the rest of it looks like. But these Crowder rockers, they're really heavy steel. Feel like they were probably really nice rockers back when they came out. And also my toolbox down there's got 2 extra sets in it. I think that's where they used to run V8. And they had these rockers on a V8, and then they ended up with 2 extra sets. Or 2 extra, of each. Alright. Lay this down, I'll get that last valve cover out. I think the part numbers on these heads, you might be able to see it too, I'm not sure. Yeah, right here. Right here, if anybody wants to see the part number, that's the part number right there for the General Motors Performance Parts aluminum bow tie heads. That's one right there. Like I said, it's got these Crowder rockers and everything on it. Let me see if I can get this intake off. Strip her out of it. Yeah, I might better get the stripper right out of it. Maybe, yeah, it come right out. Okay, lay that down. Okay, we'll see what we got here on this intake. Thought I had an extension laying around, but I might not need it. And pretty loose. Then I'll get these big ones, and I think I'll take that hat off. Alright, here we go. Let's see here, what do we hang up? There we go. Oh wow, that's a cross ram. These over here shoot to the other side, and the ones over here shoot to that side that she's on there with the camera. But anyway, the air comes straight down and it hits this flat thing right here, and it makes it go both directions. And I guess that's what shoots that air down there. But yeah, you can, I don't know if you can point the camera down in them holes, but Anyway, that's the hat part right here I've got. Yeah, this is the hat. It just comes right off. I've never had an intake, but you can take the top off like that. Okay, let's see here. There's some more bolts inside. It's a big Allen wrench, looks like. I've got some laid out here. I think I got one right fitted. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. This is the right one. If I can get them. Yeah, they're already loosened up a little. This is just sitting on there really loose. Where I'd had it apart once, and just to look at things. And I hated to not show everybody, so what I did take apart, I just lightly put it back together. There we go. Yeah, I'll take these out. It's got great big Allen bolts here down inside the intake. Looks like 3 on each side. And then the rest of the intake will come off. I'll leave these in place too. There's no need. Missing them out and getting them mixed up. One of them may be shorter or longer. Okay. Got to get it here. This and one more. I need to clean this out a little bit anyway. Get me an intake, oil pan gasket, some seals for it. There's some stuff in that toolbox over there, but I don't think there's no oil pan or intake gasket in it. Okay, I've got them all loosened up, I think, yep. I'm gonna see if I can lift this intake straight up. I think I got all the bolts loose. Hope I don't drop anything. See if I can lift it up. We have to pull these bolts out of the intake. You ever had one or two, they ain't always loose. Alright, let me try to get it. There we go, I got that. Okay, here's the inside of her. And what I was wanting to show you guys too is these are solid lifters, but they got a little spring in them. I guess it's like a little rev kit to keep the valves from floating out. And these has got them, all the outer ones has got them on them, the little springs, like a rev kit. But now these center two lifters, instead of the bar being on the bottom, the link bar there, it's up here at the top, because this is where the valves are wider. That made these spaced out further apart. So they have to use a bar on the top of this one to keep the distance right. So it's got a solid roller setup with the rev kit springs on it there. I guess that's what you call it. But they are solid lifters. And it's a good Crower roller rockers. And like I said, these special guide plates, the one in the center is made different than the outer two because it has to hold it further apart. These heads come with the smaller valves, but they were spaced 60 thousandths apart. And they said that when they used those heavy duty triple springs that they went to and ported them, they went to the 205 intake. So this has probably got the big 205 intake valves in it. You know, it's even bigger than the 202s. So I'll get me some new gaskets for it. I'll get the part numbers off of them and get it all sealed back up like it's supposed to be. And I've already looked at a couple things, options to stuff to do with it. It's a nice little motor, and I'm going to take the pan back off too. AI said that they would stamp sometimes the racer's initials on the pan rail somewhere. So it's liable to have a DE for Earnhardt or a DW for Waltrip, or I may find out exactly whose backup engine or whatever this was. But I think when they switched, I let them start running V8s or V6's, a lot of things went back to V8s. And I think this was just a little leftover engine that my neighbor bought. But it happened to be a Ray Baker built engine. I mean, my neighbor wanted the best stuff that he could buy. Him and his wife both had good jobs, and they just put their whole life into their racing. And I think this is a real nice piece here. But I thought I'd show you guys the insides. It looks like it's I don't know the lifter brand, but they are solid rollers, and I'm sure they're really good ones. But yeah, they've got little rev kit springs on them. I think it helped on the valve float. But anyway, here's just part number over here on this head. It's 1401153. That's the aluminum General Motors Performance Parts head. That's the good one right there that they made from early 80s through early 90s. And they were only on the Bush engines, or ASA, whatever, you know, they build them for. Alrighty, I guess that'll wrap it up. See you guys on the next one.